Over the last several years, I've had 3 or 4 MSD boxes dying on me. What this started doing was it would idle, the engine would idle fine, but if you raise the RPM by any means, it would start to backfire through the exhaust, spark scatter, just running horribly. And if you raise the idle just by opening the carburetor, or I even raised the idle by plugging the distributor to vacuum advance, raise the idle that way. And anything that raised the idle, the box would go nuts. I'm very disappointed in these MSD boxes, and from what I've been reading online, it's a common issue. You're paying $400 or more for these boxes, and I've had these things failing right out of warranty. A year and a half, 2 years old, and the boxes lay down and die. Not really good, MSD. You need a longer lifespan than that. I mean, you go back 15, 20 years, MSD was the industry leader in top-notch ignition. Not so much the case anymore, and I'm very disappointed in that. I don't know if their $1,000 boxes last longer than their $400 boxes, but I'm not going back with another MSD. I switched this over to an old ignition box I have laying around as a backup. I temporarily wired it in, and all problems were gone. You know, the engine ran great on it. Cold, warm, let it warm up to operating temperature, no issues. The engine ran great. So the problem is in the MSD box, not in the carburetor, which, you know, when you start to have trouble like that, you look at the carburetor, you look at ignition timing, distributor problems, and it isn't, it's the box. And so I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm going to put, I'm going to go to Mancini and get, or FBO has a supposedly pretty good product out right now. I'm going to get one of those, either an FBO box with rev limiter or one of the Mancini branded boxes, which I guess are of a little higher quality for Mopars. And run with that until I can figure out what to do with getting another box like this one. I do want a spark retard feature on the box. This car has a Pro Charger on it, and right now the boost is going to be very light. When I get the Hemi back from the machine shop and get it put back together and back in this car, I do want, some ignition retard feature on the box. And I'm not going to go with MSD, so I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I'm going to be looking for something. If you guys have any ideas, what is a good system to use that has a longer than 2-year lifespan, let me know in the comments. I'll kind of show you what I did here to get a MSD or a stock ignition style box mounted in here. This is a 69 Roadrunner. This car, when it came to me, it had a 528 Hemi in it with that Pro Charger on it. And that Pro Charger, I think, killed the Hemi. I don't think the Hemi was set up for it. This car also has a water meth system on it, and there was just water in the tank, no meth, tanks in the trunk. And I think whoever owned it before me kind of hurt the engine, not knowing what they were doing, is my best guess at it. So that engine's out for rebuild. And I bought this car knowing it had issues. It had been for sale for a while, so I'm not getting hurt on it. I bought it with the intention of saving it. But you can see I put the ignition box down in the corner down there. That's where the MSD box was. So with all the wiring being close, I just stuck that box down there. But I've got to come up with another ignition system that's going to, throw a nice hot spark at that Hemi when it comes back, and with some timing retard. I'm going to need that as well. But that's what it's in. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and hope everyone has a great Christmas 2022.